What's up, Face-Off fanatics? Welcome back once again. As always, I am exceptional, I am amazing, I am the Elk, and I am here to bring you the movie trivia face-off action that you love. That's right, we've got an exciting matchup today with two legends, two absolute stars, two debuting rookies today in the singles division. One rookie, one with a 1-0 record. Look at this. It's some newbies coming in, but, you know, the legend begins right here for one of these people. Potentially they could be the next Chance Ellison, they could be the next Robert Parker, they could move up from the fan leagues to the big leagues, and of course that all starts on the trail for the movie trivia face-off title. And in the singles division, that is the ultimate prize. We've got the maestro up on top, but we've got a lot of people coming to take him down, and I am so excited to be here today with my favorite broadcast partner. That's right, it's the Godfather, Alex Frost.
You would not believe who they've had me working with here lately. That's not you. You said it right. The man to beat is still Jake Marignoni, but singles is wide open. A decisive win, and we're looking at a top 10 player.
That's right. They are here. They are beginning their journey. They are moving on up that ladder. They've got their whiteboards at the ready, and they know a whole hell of a lot more about what they can do in the ring than we do. So with your pre-match interviews, let's go and see what they have to say.
What the flippity flop are we doing here, Josh? Can you believe it?
I can't believe it.
I can't. Oh my gosh. We're here in the digital verse. I don't even know what this is. However, you're going to be competing in this little match today. This Chad Redshaw, right? His name's Chad, right?
Sounds definitely
about right. That feller. Cool. Well, that's great and all, but it's time to obliterate his ass. He is 0-1. I mean, not 0-1, but 0-0. But that's fine. It's okay.
Yeah, my record's much better.
It's all good. Don't matter. Everyone's got to start somewhere. Champions have to start somewhere.
That's true.
Yeah. So, are you psyched going into this match?
I'm pumped. I'm really looking forward to it. Pumped, excited.
Are you like powerlined pumped? I'm
powerline pumped. I might do a dance if I win.
Oh my gosh! There's no other option but to win. Let's make this happen.
Let's do it.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna death proof this shit. It's gonna be fantastic. Let's go.
Well, Doc, I feel like we just took a trip to Mickey's Toontown looking at cartoons over here with the, whoa, we're gonna win, do a dance. Goddamn, calm down, jeez. Look, you said only one thing right in your promo. Champions have to start somewhere. You're looking at him. Cameron Redshaw's a name that you're going to be afraid of as soon as you play him, as soon as you see him today. Look, Vazquez, buddy, you're already coming in here at a disadvantage. When you have Alex as a manager, I'm pretty sure she thinks 2 + 2 = 17. So I don't think she knows anything about movie trivia in general. So sorry, bud. You're already coming in here 0-1. Doc's coming in here 1-0. We got a belt to win. So bring it on.
All right, looks like all of our competitors are fired up for this match. They've got their managers at their backs, and each one of them saying out loud, nice and proud, so you can hear it, folks, that they are the ones to beat, that they want to be looked at as a threat in this league. It takes a couple of wins to get there, but that number one win is the most important of all. Who's going to get it today? Alex, what do you think going into this matchup?
Well, difficult to say. Two people that we've not seen a whole lot from here in the league, but two people that I'm very interested in finding out a lot more about, and they did not come alone. You said it, two managers. It's a meeting of the self-proclaimed masterminds. Alex Mack, the first lady of the movie trivia face-off, and she's going up against the king, Caleb Coho. Two people who, well, say they know the game. We'll see what it is that actually happens.
Well, Alex Mack looking like the movie trivia face-off's own Shannon Barney, while her co-manager over on the other side, Caleb Coho, looking a little bit more like, I don't know, Tom. Either way, going to be a heck of a match coming your way with both of our competitors. I can't wait to get into it. Alex, are you ready to do this?
Let's do it.
All right, and with that, folks, let's get ready to face off. Introducing first, managed by Caleb Coho. He is the Doctor, Cameron Redshaw.
Hey everyone, looking forward to a good match today. Looking forward to having some fun. Let's do this.
All right, good spirits from Cameron. Will he be so happy when his opponent and he start to face off here in the face-off ring? His opponent making his way to the ring, accompanied by his manager, the wonderful Alex Mack. It is Josh, the Viper Vazquez.
Looking forward to it, guys.
All right. Competitors on the table. Gentlemen, you look excited. You look ready to get going. So I will ask you that most important question of all. Did you wear clean? Wait, no. Are you ready, Josh?
I am ready.
All right. And Cameron, are you ready?
Sure am.
Then, folks, let's get ready to face off. We're going to get things kicked off for you folks in round number 1. I will read you the rules for round number 1 now. In round number 1, each competitor will receive 8 questions from various movie trivia categories in the singles division. Each of these questions will be worth 1 point. Once asked a question, you will have approximately 15 seconds to write down your best attempt at an answer on your whiteboard. Please keep your hands and whiteboard in view at all time while questions are being asked. An incorrect answer does not incur a penalty. A correct answer worth 1 point in all cases. Each competitor throughout the course of this match will have 3 repeats, or JTE rules as they are colloquially known, and 1 challenge. If you do need a little bit of extra time, it didn't quite hear a question, just want to mess with your opponent, who knows, whatever you want to do with it. Those repeats are on the table for you. Feel free to use a JT or repeat, call it either one. We will know. And your challenges, if you feel that a question has been written incorrectly, that a ruling came down incorrectly against you, please use your challenge. If it is upheld, you will retain your challenge, and the question will either be thrown out or you will be given the points, etc., etc. And if it is overturned, you will lose your challenge and will not have it for the rest of the match. All right, with the rules out of the way, Alex, I am super excited about this, and you definitely kick us off. Why don't you go ahead with question number 1, my friend?
I would absolutely love to. Your first question comes from the category of action adventure. In Die Hard, what is the name of Alan Rickman's character?
Die Hard, Christmas classic. Love this film. I'm sure I've watched it a half a dozen times. Have our competitors. We will find out. And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
And we will start with Cameron.
Hans Gruber.
That's a point. And Josh.
Hans Gruber.
Lovely points all around.
Great points. Another question from Die Hard. Maybe next time we'll ask them what Hans Gruber's name was when he was pretending to be a man in the office. Great film. Number 2. Will this be a film of the same caliber? Let's find out. Your category, comedies. Pause for laughter. And your question is, name the 2 lead actors in the 2011 film The Change-Up. Now, not going to ruffle too many feathers, I think, Alex, when I say probably not a movie of the same caliber as Die Hard.
Well, can you say David has ever seen it? No, then it is probably not a movie a caliber of Die Hard.
And 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down. We will go first to Josh.
Is it Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman?
It is Ryan Reynolds and Jason Bateman for a big point, and we will see if Cameron could get it.
I only had Jason Bateman. Then I put Jennifer Aniston.
Not quite there. There's a lead early on, but the round is still just beginning.
That's absolutely right. Your third question comes from the category of horror thriller. What is the name of the woman who the demon is after in the first Paranormal Activity?
Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens down.
And I'll go to Cameron.
I don't think I got it. I said Margot.
That is incorrect. And Josh?
Katie.
And that is correct. for the lead again. 3-1 now.
All right, starting off with an early lead. Always good to get those points on the board in the first round, and obviously, so far has not missed. Can he continue? Question number 4 coming your way, gentlemen, in the category of actors and actresses. What was the first film directed by Tim Burton to star Johnny Depp? Tough question, Alex. They're going to have to remember probably about 5 million movies, if my memory serves correctly.
Just remember the one where he was pale and talked out of the side of his face. Wait, that's all of them. Oh, no.
There we go. Got it now. And gentlemen, in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down. We will go to Josh.
I think I missed it. I put Ed Wood.
Ed is part of the correct answer. Let's see if his opponent had it.
Damn it.
Edward Scissorhands.
It is Edward Scissorhands. No perfect rounds today.
Well, we only had to jinx it. Your next question comes from the category of pause for drama. In The Lovely Bones, who plays George Harvey, the man who abducts Susie Salmon?
Now, this one I just rewatched a couple of weeks ago. I gotta say, the visuals are striking. The story is deep and meaningful. Absolutely love this film. I know I could get this answer right, which is saying something. You've seen me perform in the ring, folks. Can our competitors do the same in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1? No repeats. Pens are down.
Cameron?
Stanley Tucci.
That's a point. And Josh?
Stanley Tucci.
Points.
The
Lovely.
Tooch. All right, let's keep it going for you, gentlemen. Moving right along into another very dramatic world, something where you get deep and rich characters. That's right, it's fantasy sci-fi. In The Fifth Element, what is the profession of Bruce Willis's character, Corbin Dallas? And no, folks, we will not accept the answer movie star who's fed up with being a movie star, although that would be correct for Bruce Willis.
And also correct, that's also still most of his movie roles.
It is true. Fun fact, 5, 4, 3,
We'll never know.
2, 1. Pens are down. We will go to Josh.
I've never seen it, but is he a taxi driver?
He is, in fact, a Robert De Niro movie. Let's see if Cameron has it.
Taxi Driver.
Taxi Driver it is. Taxi Driver and Fifth Element, both recommended films from me.
But is the following... Actually, I don't know. Do you spend a lot of time in the category of animation? Who provides the voice for Princess Poppy in Trolls?
Some people have said, Alex, that I am very animated, but when it comes to animation, unfortunately, not a lot of kids running around with my last name, so don't attend all of these in the theater.
I have been called a troll in my lifetime.
5, 4,
Sorry about that, David.
3, 2, 1. Pens are down.
And we'll go to Cameron.
Anna Kendrick.
That's a lovely point. And Josh.
Anna Kendrick.
Anna Kendrick, it is very well done. Coming into our final question for round number 1. No bonus question this round, of course. Neither player able to maintain all the way through, but very respectable at 6-5. Can Cameron close the gap? Will Josh open it wider, or will we stay at a 1-point deficit? We'll continue in the category of comic book movies and another film featuring the lovely Anna Kendrick in Scott Pilgrim versus the World. What is the name of the band that Scott is the bass player of?
Do you hear it?
Oh,
Do you hear Adelaide Spence somewhere? I can feel a righteousness surging. What is this?
having known Spence for quite some time, I can say that you absolutely can feel Spence, but only if you ask real nicely. And we will count you down in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pens are down to see if he can make sure to retain the lead. Let's start with Josh.
I have no clue. The losers. No clue.
The losers is not the correct answer. Does Cameron have it to tie the game going into round 2?
The sex bombs? It might not have. It doesn't have the S.
Going to make a judgment call on this one. Challenges are live, folks, so keep that in mind, competitors. I am going to say the sex bombs is incorrect. The correct name is just sex bomb. Sex bomb. I'm going to say no points on that one. That might be a bit controversial. They might come back at me, but you know what,
No,
folks?
it's fair. I was thinking it last minute.
All right. Very, very exciting finish. I am sorry you couldn't get the points there, except, of course, for the fact that I'm not sorry. You are welcome to round number 2, which we're going to get into for you right now, folks. The rules for round number 2 are as follows. In this category, they've done conferring with their managers. They're back, and we are getting into round number 2. The rules for round number 2 are as follows, competitors. In this round, you will each spin the category wheel, starting with the first ranked competitor by points, unless they choose to defer. Once you spin the wheel and select a category, you are allowed 1 respin. Should you land on anything other than opponent's choice and wish to spin away, you must keep your second spin. You'll be given 5 questions from the category you have landed on. Each question will begin at a value of 2 points. Should you ask for multiple choice, the value of the question will be reduced to 1 point, and you will be given 4 options for the correct answer. If you miss a question or fail to answer in the allotted time in this round, steals are live in round number 2. You can get those points off of your opponents, so make sure to use those repeats to take your time and not to miss that buzzer if you don't want your opponents taking those points ahead of you. Still on the board, all 3 repeats and challenges for both competitors. Score currently stands at 6-5 for our competitors. And in the lead with 6 points is Josh Vazquez, the Viper. Would you like to go first, or would you like to defer? You may speak with your manager at this time.
I'll go first.
All right, we've got approval from the lovely First Lady of the Movie Trivia Face-Off. Looks like we are going to go ahead and spin that wheel.
Love that confidence.
You know, Alex, every time I'm looking at this wheel spinning around, I just want to make a joke about the wheel of fish and nothing.
Spin again.
Absolutely
right.
nothing.
First lady, huh? More like last lady. All right.
Oh, wow. How
I think-
original, Soho. Do you work on it all day? Betty Road.
No, I don't think that long about you. Okay, Kim.
Oh, wow.
I'm thinking horror thriller, right?
I think so. Or is there
What
anything
else
else
you thinking?
jumping out, you think?
I mean, we gotta hope horror thrillers all pre-2000 because this man has not watched a movie made before the year 2000. So, otherwise, I could say comedies, but comedies would be an issue of. I think a lot of them are going to be more recent. So I think if they're going to go horror thriller, they'll probably stick to like pre-2000 horror.
And we're going to give the competitor and the manager 5.
Yeah, we'll do horror thriller.
4
Sure.
horror thriller. All right. Opponent's choice, always a dangerous spin, but sometimes we see people get out of it with nary a scratch on them. Will that be the case here today? We're about to find out. Josh, your category is horror/thriller.
Do I need to write my answer or just say it
You
aloud?
do not need to write your answer on the board in this round. Please feel free to answer verbally. Good question from our competitor. And here's a good question for our competitor. Horror thriller question number 1. In Disturbia, why is Kale put under house arrest? Alex, you ever been arrested for anything?
They never proved anything.
Man after my own heart. Why was he put under house arrest? We will find out if he knows the answer. Time counting down in 5.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice it is. Your multiple choice options for this question are A, stealing, B, caught with drugs, C, assaulting his teacher, D, breaking and entering. These are minor crimes to me, Alex. I mean, on a good weekend, the elk does at least half.
Is it C?
C, assaulting his teacher. Correct for a point. He is on the board in this round. No steal available on that first question. Very good start and good use of multiple choice. Question number 2 coming at you, Viper. In Scream, which sitcom star portrays Mr. Hembree, the school principal? Oh, how I wish it was John Larroquette.
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. Your options are A, Henry Winkler, B, David Schwimmer, C, Ron Howard, D, Fred Savage.
Henry
See, Alex, that was me bantering, and I said the name of someone who wasn't one of the options to make sure.
Henry Winkler, A.
Henry Winkler, definitely the correct answer. That's another point on the board. Good use of multiple once again. You have 2 more questions in this round, 4 total for the round. Your third question in horror thriller. In The Ring, what is the first name of Rachel's son?
Multiple choice.
Multiple choice. I can do that for you. Your options are A, Josh, B, Dylan, C, Aiden, D, Andrew.
Well, if
That's my name.
if I don't pick my own name and that's the answer, I'll look stupid. So Josh.
Josh is incorrect once again. For the possibility of a steal, I'm going to give you the options. Cameron, your options are A, Josh, B, Dylan, C, Aiden, D, Andrew.
Aiden.
That is correct for 1 big point.
Is it
Takes that steal.
real quick for the question? Isn't it her nephew?
I will answer your question by saying this. I did not write this document, and I have not seen this film.
I believe the question said that it was the son. What's the name of the son? But I believe it's her nephew.
We have, of course, the option to challenge. You
Do
have
we
a
have
short
the
period of
flag?
time.
So that is true. I just saw that the other day. He
I
is
would-
nephew. If that's the case,
I
that
would-
was incorrect.
I would
one.
like to challenge because you asked what the name of her son was, but it's her nephew.
She does
All
not.
right. We have a challenge on the board. We are going to cut the cameras. We are going to review with our experts, and we'll be right back, folks, with our decision. All right, folks, we are coming back in. We were doing our research and checking our numbers on that particular question. Is Aiden the son in The Ring? Now, some of the information we looked up does seem to support that. However, the managers did confer with us. They made their arguments, and both managers have agreed, due to the wording of the question, that they would be comfortable with the question being thrown out and a new question being asked. We have agreed to the manager's request in this particular case, which means the challenge will count as upheld. You will retain your challenge, and we will ask you a new third question in this round. We will also remove 1 point from Cameron on the board. See if it comes out any differently as we get you your new question number 3, which is, how many films in the Child's Play franchise have been theatrically released? Always good to get those challenges in there, Alex. If you think you can save yourself, he makes a point here, doesn't give up that steal. That gives him a real advantage moving forward. Even if he misses it, still a good use of the challenge.
6.
6 is correct for 2 big points. Absolutely the correct use of that challenge there, as it's a 3-point swing all told with that new question coming in.
2000, by the way, I'd like to point out.
There.
All right, and very well done. Obviously knows the
Close
answer to
enough.
that question. We've got one more question for you in this round. Very well navigated through opponent's choice. Will it continue into your final question? Question number 4, horror/thriller. Name the director who directed both Halloween 2 and Halloween Resurrection.
That I will need multiple choice for.
Multiple choice it is. Your options are A, John Carpenter, B, Steve Miner, C, David Gordon Green, D, Rick Rosenthal.
B.
B, Steve Miner. Incorrect. We go to Cameron for the possible steal. Your options once again: A, John Carpenter, B, Steve Miner, C, David Gordon Green, D, Rick Rosenthal.
D.
Rick Rosenthal, correct for a point. He gets that steal. It was denied earlier, but he is not going to be denied. He takes that steal. And as we come out of the round for Josh, we end up at 10-6, but a wheel spin remains for his opponent, the Dr. Cameron Redshaw.
All right, Cameron, you're back on to the board.
Good job. You
Ready for a spin?
All right. Yep.
Let's
Go ahead.
Good poll, absolutely.
I said you guessed a number. That's not a good poll. That's a guess. Good job. All right.
comedies.
I mean,
It's,
it's not bad.
yeah, it's not, but it's so
Do you want to
broad.
try again? Because like nothing on this wheel's bad. They took the only thing we didn't want.
No, yeah.
All right,
Yeah,
again.
might as well. Comedies is so broad. I don't want to risk it.
All right,
so.
spin.
We are spinning again. Will it land on something more favorable? We will find out as we spin it one more time as it lands on horror /
Yeah,
thriller.
go
That does
again.
happen sometimes. Round and round it goes. Wheel of morality, wheel of fish, wheel of comic book.
Here we go.
All right.
I like that.
All right.
Yeah. I warned them. Corey better have that language clip ready to go. But we are going to the wonderful, weird, wacky, fun world of comic book films. Cameron, if you're ready, your first question. After years of anticipation, what year did the Avengers release in theaters?
2012.
I call that 2 big points. Absolutely correct. 2012. Your second question. In Batman 89, what is the name of Joker's #1 guy?
Obviously, face-off viewers know my #1 guy is Sunny D, but will they remember the #1 guy for the Joker in Batman 89? 5.
Multiple
4.
choice.
All right. Is it A, Bob, B, Bill, C, Benny, or D, Chris?
Five, 4,
I'll go B.
3.
B, Bill is incorrect. We go.
It's Bob.
Bob is absolutely correct. Gets that point back.
One or the other.
All right. This round is not over yet. Your third question comes. What is Peter Parker's actual job at the beginning of Spider-Man 2 aside from photographer?
He's a pizza delivery man.
Right back in it for another 2 points.
Based on what we saw in Spider-Man 3, not a dance instructor.
How dare you? He had great moves. Your fourth and final question. In Batman v Superman Dawn of Justice, which ocean did Lex Luthor's team find the chunk of kryptonite to use against Superman?
The Indian Ocean.
2 more points. Absolutely brilliant. Just giving up that 1 steal.
Very, very well done, and a tight game coming out of that round as we end up at 12-11. On that last question, I really wanted to say, as you were reading it out, Alex, that this needed an in somewhere in the question, but I thought, given the answer, that I might just want to not say that out loud. Very, very well navigated by both competitors with an opponent's choice spin. You never know what's going to happen, but we come in to round number 3 with a 12-11 lead currently for the Doctor, Cameron Redshaw. This is as close as you can get without being all tied up. I am excited. Alex, what do you think so far?
Well, what they're showing is what we love to see. They are showing a wide range of talents, skills across every single category. And not only do they know the answer to their own questions, they know the answer to each other's questions.
That's right. And they've got 2 wonderful managers on their sides, as far as I can tell. And they've got all their repeats and challenges still in effect as we move into round number 3. This is going to get exciting. Gentlemen, your rules coming in right now for round number 3. In round number 3, in the movie trivia face-off singles division, each competitor will give us 3 numbers, starting with the competitor with the highest number of points. These 3 numbers will correspond to 3 different categories. They can be from any different movie trivia galaxy, any different area, film, franchise, and you will be given a value of 2, 3, and 5 points in that order, based on the order of the numbers you selected for these questions. You will still have 15 seconds, repeats and challenges, as mentioned, still in effect. Very, very close match. So I will ask once again, just to make sure, do you understand the rules and are you ready to go, Josh?
I'm ready.
Cameron?
Yep.
Then let's get into it. Round number 3. Right now, the doctor, Cameron Redshaw, with a 1-point lead. Cameron, please give us your 3 numbers.
From a range of 1 to 21, please.
Yes.
I believe.
I will double check that just to make sure. Thank you very much, Alex. This is why I love having you on the desk. 1 to 15, please.
Okay. 2, 3, and 4.
2, 3, and 4 for the doctor. And the Viper.
7, 8, 9.
7, 8, and 9. Our competitors proving that in addition to wonderful movie trivia knowledge, they can each count sequentially. We will go ahead and get into it right now. Why don't I go ahead and I will start off with the questions for Josh. Josh, you are currently trailing by 1. We will go to your 2-point question first, which would give you the lead and throw it back to the doctor, your opponent. Category number 7 for your 2-pointer, you have selected Oscar films. Oscar films. Your question is, for what film did Leonardo DiCaprio win his first Oscar?
The Revenant.
Big 2 points. Takes the lead, and we will throw it to Alex and the doctor.
Alice and the Doctor would be a great show. You chose the number 2 for your 2-point question. That comes from the world of the 1980s. In Back to the Future, who plays George McFly?
Crispin Glover.
Hello, McFly.
2 points. Well done.
Very well done. Lead is going back and forth between these two competitors, still just 1 point separating them. With the Viper ready to strike on his 3-point question, you picked category number 8. That is going to be Pixar. Pixar. Your question is, in what year did Finding Nemo swim into theaters?
2003.
No hesitation. 3 big points on the board and throws it back once again. This is what you want to see in a round 3, Alex. They're both fighting so hard.
And this is so close. We can't afford to miss anything. We're going back in time. We've been to the 80s. Now we're going to the 1990s. Who directed Scream in 1996?
Wes Craven.
3 points. No problem.
All right. So once again, has the 1-point lead, and this could potentially close out the match right here. We went from the 80s to the 90s. I'm old enough to have done that twice. And now we will go to question number 9. Final question on the board for Josh the Viper Vazquez. Remember, your repeats and challenges still live. Category number 9, your 5-point question in Disney remakes. Your question is, in The Lion King, who does Scar admit he has respect for in the Pride Lands? Always tough with this 5-pointer, Alex. Got those repeats if you need some time.
Can I ask for clarification real quick on the question? Are we asking that that's the place that he says that quote, or he's saying he respects somebody that's there?
We are asking for whom he says he respects, asking for the person or thing. In the case of a movie like The Lion King, I don't know what the terminology would be, but I do know that you have 5, 4. Repeat of your question. In The Lion King, who does Scar admit he has respect for in the Pride Lands? We are looking for the individual or individuals. Five, 4, 3.
Repeat.
That is your second repeat. You have 1 remaining. Your question, in The Lion King, who does Scar admit he has respect for in the Pride Lands? Once again, looking for the individual or individuals.
One more.
Final repeat has been used. This will be your final reading of the question. In Disney remakes, category 9, in The Lion King, who does Scar admit he has respect for in the Pride Lands?
I will throw out a guess and say Sarabi.
It's a guess, and unfortunately for his opponent, it's correct for 5 big points.
Ooh.
Take your time, think it out. You have your repeats
Grateful.
for a
Always tough,
Grateful.
Alex, when your opponent goes all 3 in round number 3, which means it is down to this. It is the final question. And if Cameron can answer this correctly, he will be taking the victory and improving his record. If not, Josh is moving on.
So for this 5-pointer, we chose category 4. We went to the 80s. We've been to the 90s. We are going to the 2000s.
Starting to understand how you guys did these numbers.
In Mean Girls, which food did Gretchen Wiener's father create?
And for you face-off fanatics and fellow competitors out there, just a quick clarification. We do randomize round number 3. Sometimes it comes up together, and sometimes maybe we got busy. Who knows? All right, looks like once again he's thinking about it. His opponent had to think. He's still got the same advantages in his pocket, those same repeats. He'll have to decide in 5, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
In Mean Girls, which food did Gretchen Wiener's father create?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
Last one, I believe.
Second.
No, I got one more.
A second. In Mean Girls, which food did Gretchen Wiener's father create?
Five, 4, 3, 2.
Repeat.
And that is the last one. In Mean Girls, which food did Gretchen Wiener's father create?
Incredibly exciting, very tense here, Alex. His last chance. He's got 15 seconds. And 5, 4, 3, 2,
Done,
1.
Keys.
And your winner, Josh the Viper Vazquez. We were looking for toaster strudel.
Oh God, that's right.
Toaster strudel, the staple of my childhood in the 80s, the 90s, and the 2000s. Definitely a breakfast food of champions. And your champion today with a hard-fought match all the way down to the wire and that 5-point question deciding it all. It is Josh the Viper Vazquez, but a hard-fought battle as well from his opponent, the Doctor, Cameron Redshaw. And with the managers they've got backing them up, I know that we are going to hear a whole lot as we get into your post-match interviews. Let's take it to your competitors right now.
You
Oh,
got
what?
it! I'm so excited for you!
Thank you.
So proud.
Oh, that's not for me. Okay, Alex is just ignoring my presence. Hi guys, it's Adelaide. Alex is happy.
Obviously, I'm ecstatic. And just saying, that crown looks spectacular on you.
Well, what doesn't? Josh, you're
Yeah.
at your first match in MTFO. Becomes your first win in the MTFO. Alex, I think this is your first time one of your players, with you actively managing, has won a match too. This is like a pretty important day for y'all.
I don't know how I feel about that statement, just because several of my players have already done pretty well.
I mean, have you been managing them in matches during that time? I know you've been a very active manager. You've worked with your group for quite a while. I've seen you talk about it, or I've heard you talk about it. I've seen you post about it. You are What's the word? You're very active in managing. You have a very active role.
I mean, Josh, I'm just pretty excited that I'm very consistent. I'm very protective of my faction, of my team. Everyone that's my faction, I really incredibly love and respect. I talk with them like every single day, every single one of them in some degree. Josh, I'm sure you're more than annoyed.
No. No, I'm kidding.
But I'm so excited for you today. You're coming back. A lot of stuff's happening. So I'm so excited for you to, kick some ass going in today. Starting off awesome. I love it.
Yeah, and not to break, the cursing thing, but Caleb talked a lot before the match, and while Cameron did great, I don't think they were exactly able to back up everything they said at the beginning. So maybe next time, guys.
Yeah.
I mean, if they did only lose to a 5 and a challenge, I think actually without the challenge, you guys would have been tied at the end of this, if my math is correct. Either way, it was a very close game.
It's some of it. Also, I'm a little PO'd. I know it's like no one here is not writing the questions, but I'm like, who directed one of the most iconic horror movies of all time?
Yeah, I'm not
a competitor, and I knew that. I was like,
that seemed like a 2-pointer, but that's nitpicking, right? Alex, we don't want to kick them when they're already down, right?
You're right.
Let him get his little 3-point answer.
It don't matter. It's all good.
Well, the line between 2s and 3s are blurred. I would know as a writer, but anyways, so as you're 1-0, you're of a class now. You are officially a winner, and as a winner, who would you like to face next in the entire movie trivia face-off realm of greatness? Who do you think you can take?
There's so many competitors here. Honestly, there's so many really solid competitors. I feel like, honestly, Josh can really go up against, up until the very end for sure. But it's something that Josh and I, we're going to have to really have a solid heart-to-heart about. I mean, like what matches he wants to do here pretty soon. What specific, we need to kind of go into some more strategy and all that good stuff. So we have some really good, important conversations that we had to go on about pretty soon.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I will let you get to your important talks. We still have to talk to the other person playing the match today, the doctor, Cameron Redshaw, and we'll get back to you when we get back to you right now. Whoa, look at that. My finger just snapped and things come into appearance. Caleb Coho, and more importantly, Cameron Redshaw. That was a match.
It was.
I want to immediately respond to Mr. I can't answer a question about a movie made before 2000. You got 2003 as a 3, so calm your ass down.
I got
a director. Shut the hell up. You don't know.
You can't say anything about my 3-pointer.
Also, a lot of conveniences, but we won't go into that. Also, Alex, consistency means being good. You've lost pretty much everything I've ever seen before this match. So that's the opposite of consistency. In fact, I got to actually give an applause to Josh. You won with that liability tied around your ankle. So good for you. But this is the most BS 0-1 I've ever seen in my life. And I think we're going to come back and we're going to win. I want this rematch more than anything, as long as,
I think
consistency is there aboard.
There's something important to point out.
Yeah.
People who start losing always come back and win eventually. Chandra Dadapani phrased it best. Every great started with a loss. I started with a loss, and look at me now. I have a pretty crown. And,
second best crown in the MTFO, but I like your crown, I will say.
Mine's shinier, but sure. And
my hair's shinier.
Yeah.
You may start 0-1, but that doesn't mean you're a bad player. You still had a really great game today. You could outscore some teams on certain days. You did not play bad.
Yeah, and I feel good and bad mainly because when you go into these things, the thing you don't want to happen is miss questions that and most of the questions I missed today, I knew. The sex bomb, I was one thing away from. The changeup, I could see the thing in my head.
I almost challenged on that too. I almost challenged because they do say sex bombs at least once in the movie as when they introduced them. So I almost challenged, but I was like, we don't need it, and then it ended up changing. So cool.
Yeah, and with toaster strudel, like I can picture it so clearly now. So it's like it feels bad that I miss on stuff that I know, but also it means that I know some of the stuff, even if I couldn't quite pull it in time. The recall is going to come with experience and all that stuff there. And also, Josh got a question he's gotten before in round 2. We haven't talked about that. In his Full Metal singles match, he got that Child's Play question. I almost wanted to challenge it.
So then he even wants to go, oh, look,
Yeah.
I know a movie before
I know
2000.
movies before
Good.
2000.
Good
Yeah.
thing you got that wrong once before to remember. Good recall, buddy.
I
You
believe he
weren't
got it
that
right before as well. So
Okay, so here,
Vazquez is what, 1-0? Can a
I mean,
1-0 get their ass
can't
beat
hear.
by a 2-0?
yeah, but Josh played great though. I'm not going to take anything away from Josh. That 5-point pull was the hell of a pull. So on and so forth. So
I see. I want to focus on one thing here, Cam. Is I think you're great, and I don't think we need to keep this a secret any longer. Like, you're my partner. Like, whenever the team's division comes around, we're gonna come in. We're gonna win the title because us, Waterloo, we're a championship team. We should be respected as such.
yeah,
Person I haven't talked to yet, Mr. Coho.
Yes.
Rotate here
Hi, what's up?
from Crown to Crown.
Crown to crown. Okay.
You are someone who's heavy in contention for the Geektacular title.
You don't gotta
on
talk to
Geek
my
for All.
ear.
Check it out.
You can look at my eyes when you talk to me.
Sure.
Crown
You're
to
in
crown,
contention
yeah.
for the singles title, one of the few people who have consistent wins with 0 losses,
It's fair.
and have a faction forming. And I'm trying to be a better person now, but you seem to actually know what you're doing. You managed a great game here. Not pulling a 5 is not your fault. And while I'm gonna work with Cam and get to that title position, I want to manage you. I want you to join me and Caleb Boatman in the faction.
Okay. Question.
Mhm.
This is a very important question. There's one person that I need to beat. Need to play in everything. Because they're the big bad of this league. They're the biggest villain to ever walk around. Ruben Cullen is no more of a heel than a Tickle Me Elmo doll. Okay, I am the villain of this league, if you want to call it that. But here's what I'm saying: no one likes me, so I need to know. I don't care if you like me. I need to know if you can get me Ruben Cullen, because that guy is the only person I want to beat this year.
Here is my promise to you. Before the end of the season, whoever wins the title after World War Geek does not matter. Ruben the Cuban, the club sandwich slayer Colon, will fall at your hands. I promise you that.
Then deal. If you can get me the King Slayer who hasn't slayed a king,
Assembly.
then let's do it.
Great. We are the true winners because I got some new friends to work with today. Let's go throw it back to the hacks on the desk.
All right, that is Adelaide Spence with our post-match interviews. We've had a lot of action, a lot of talking, just like I predicted, and we've learned a few things. We've studied up on the secret life of Alex Mack. We learned that a doctor may not be able to give themselves a prescription for a snake bite, and of course, as always, the answer to the question of what is the greatest crown in the MTFO is the Elk's Crown of Antlers. That challenge will be overturned. Alex, exciting match today, very high-scoring match, and well played by both competitors. I mean, what do you say after a match like that?
Well, it's going to be a conflicting story. History will record a win for the Viper, 21-17 by my count. But this was a one-question game. Sure, we can talk about challenges this way and that way, but at the end of the day, someone hit a 5-pointer, somebody else didn't. We can talk about friends, we can talk about alliances, we can do all that. We'll leave that to the spoiler chat. Fact of the matter is, Alex Mack led someone to victory. We can say it's for the first time. We can say whatever we want about it. But when you run afoul Mad Mac, bad things can happen.
Well, I would never say anything mean about Alex Mack because, let's be honest, she's the first person in the movie Trivia Face-Off who scares me a little bit. That being said, it was an exciting matchup. Absolutely wonderful to have you all here for this fantastic competition. 17 points on the low end is a great match, folks. Nobody here needs to hang their head today. But what's coming up in the future? Will we see these two face off again? Will they move forward to bigger and better things? And will Caleb Coho successfully navigate the back door to the colon? All of this and more coming up on the Movie Trivia Face-Off while you're here, folks, once again with the thank you, remember all those folks scrolling down by below. That's our question writers, our editors, everybody who works very hard to make sure that we can bring a wonderful product to you as fans of the Movie Trivia Face-Off. And of course, patrons of the Schmodown, which I'm sure most of you are. We love movie trivia and we love to bring it to you each and every week. Throw a thank you to anybody who does put in that work and make sure that we can put out a great product for you, like the two men on the desk, the best announced team in the MTFO with Alex Frost. I am Andrew the Elk Kelk. Once again, thanking you for joining us and saying, I'll see you next time we face off.